the hunt begin. You know what I'm going to need now?
What?
I'm going to need an animated intro and outro for Curio Hunter because I want to use the theme song. You sent me these jingles, you got me hooked, and now I need them. I don't know if I told you, but I think you did a good job with those.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm pleased. That's why I want to use them. I'm excited to hear them more.
Okay. There it is. Give us just a second, guys, if you're popping in. I'm going to take guys' suggestion yesterday and put on some background music for you. Currently we have 8 people watching. Throw your head in there, Curio.
Hello.
Hello.
I assume we're live now.
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit.
I don't know if the internet's ready for my hat. Since I threw my head in there.
No, I think it's fine.
You know, I just thought if we have background music playing, it would have to be.
Nope. Most of the time you just faintly pick it up. Hi, guys.
Not a copyright music.
Yep, nope.
Perfect. So is there a lag on the
Yeah.
audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I have to reach over and restart it or refresh it.
Gotcha. So this is day 2 in the shop,
Yeah.
and what is the plan for today?
We're just disassembling this, taking it apart, and the descriptions. There's a Hofner bass I'm going to get to here in just a second. At least that's the plan anyways. We'll go until the heat runs out.
Go until the heat runs out. All right. Of course, the other thing was, yesterday you didn't have somebody else here talking with you, so I can understand where there might be some dead air under those circumstances. But today, since you've got me and all of my questions and narration as well, we'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. Feel free to comment in the chat if you guys are watching. We'd love to hear from you. We'll answer any questions you got.
this a righty loosey, lefty tighty sort of thing?
Sort of, only slightly different. You actually turn it to the left to tighten it away from the body.
And that's standard?
Yep.
Because presumably, however you thread it through, the first time is how it's going to be.
You could.
But you're saying there's an industry standard,
Yep,
and the
yep.
industry standard is left
Yep.
tightens. Okay.
Oh no.
Don't think we're reusing them.
We wouldn't. They're inexpensive junk.
You had said something earlier
Yeah.
about string number, string size. What was that?
Gauge. So
Okay.
like just the actual depth of the strings, you can get different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So most of what we run is somewhere between 46 and 9 and 46 and 10. So that means that the thickest string is about 46 mils.
Okay.
The thinnest or smallest string, the high E, would be around 10 or 9 mils. But we can adjust it based off the player's playability, style, music genre. You know, some people like to down tune their guitars.
So I assume that is something that you would have to have played for a while to know the difference, or be able to feel the difference, hear the difference.
I think it's personal preference, really. But it's one of those things. It's just the lighter the gauge string, the easier it is on the fingertips, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, it doesn't do much other. Like, people will argue over tone, or you know, the guitar sounds better with this string or that string.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that makes as much of a difference than just your technique and how you hold the string against the fretboard and the oh my goodness, the frets.
All right. Well, since we're in question mode right now, so,
Yeah.
you know, I always have this fear that I'm going to cut my finger
Yeah.
on one of the strings, especially the smaller ones.
Yeah.
You know, like is that
Well, I've
is that
never
an
done
unfounded fear?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I've never had that issue. I've had them break and like one come back and smack me in the face.
But see, that wasn't a fear that I had until now.
Yeah.
but
But I've only had that happen once.
Huh.
So. We were listening to a buddy of mine named David Bazan. He is a great musician from the band Pedro the Lion. His management team is out of Champaign, Urbana. He has signed the back of the Grayson #1 guitar that I built. Real nice guy.
So we noticed we've got some viewers watching us today. Where's everybody from? It's always interesting when we do something like this. We actually get viewers from around the world. So just kind of curious where everybody is viewing from today.
To give you an idea, this is an inexpensive guitar that we're essentially taking apart, mainly because we want the body to it. But to give you an idea, just in the pickguard alone, these are the screws that I'm taking out. These are the screws that we normally would use. It's just a little bigger head, less risk of stripping out. There's a lot more meat. I'll set that down so Curio here can do a comparison. But you can see how thin this one is compared to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just little things like that, all over the guitar begin to add up.
Well, I mean, to me, the thicker, the beefier ones, you're gonna have more durability, right?
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, Curio, since you're here. Yeah, those should be 10 millimeter. If you want, you can take off those.
Everything's coming totally out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, most of this will not get reused. Some of it will. We will keep the pick guard, some of the hardware, But everything else, for the most part, will go bye-bye. And when you see what we do with it, that's when you'll be impressed. That's kind of a weird setup there. Now those tuners won't come all the way out, because on the back side there's one single screw that holds each one in. We'll have to flip the guitar over to get that out.
Okay.
But these are good pots. I know I said that yesterday, but they're good. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll separate them here in just a second. Oh, this wasn't soldered very well. Not well at all. Some people.
Talking is run people off.
No. It fluctuates. It'll come and go.
Then you come, you should see it.
Yep, it'll be on this one right here. So I just tried to peek over there every now and then. I probably worked for about 10 minutes yesterday before it even commented.
Gotcha.
The idea is more just consistency than anything else.
I mean, I like the idea of reinforcing things. So, like, less maintenance in the long run as far as like the little parts and pieces. Spend more time playing them this time after the future guitar work done.
Actually, this mouse will do it too. If you can see it from all the way, it may be turned on the back.
And you get batteries.
Well, no, if you turn it on and off again, it'll turn itself on. It has like the standby mode. Actually. Still nothing? They may need new batteries.
These look like they came out of the garage.
Okay, curious.
Very curious.
Actually, that takes like a watch battery. To get those out, you're going to need that. And I will take this neck off. Actually, before we do that, so this thing will fall. We're going to lift it up, pull that brick out from underneath. Block, I said brick.
Got a small one.
Yep.
This one I think is too big.
I'm trying to pull some of what I use the most and put it here on the bench.
send these off,
Yeah.
do we have to take all the hardware off or get around that?
Send them off to be painted.
Well, no, for burning,
For what?
for logo burning.
Yes, they have to be bare. Yeah. Let's see here. What is this?
So is that this one basically disassembled?
Yep.
Wow, that went fast.
Mm-hmm. You know what you're doing. I think if I'm keeping one of these like this, you should keep one of these. This body style.
Well, then I gotta come up with a color scheme.
Yeah, I told him to just do whatever he wanted.
Purple and green.
You do whatever.
Maybe it's one of those things, I don't know what I like yet. There's too many options.
That's how you end up with so many. Not that you have to. I like to put these back on.
That just makes a lot of sense. I
the
know what
only-
you're doing.
The only reason I do that is so I don't lose this washer somewhere in the middle. Not that we will probably reuse. I mean, we'll reuse them at some point, but not for one of these builds. The tuners aren't that bad. I just don't care for the hardware that comes with them, the bushings. But then I want something that would cause more problems than it would solve. So we're doing on attendance. 4 people. You guys are very quiet. Hop in and say something. What's your favorite guitar? What do you have? What do you play? What kind of music are you into? You got a problem with the guitar and would like an opinion on how to fix it? Run it by me. Go over here.
So
some of this could just go for sale on the website or eBay or whatever. You know? Nope. Yeah.
What's called pickups?
Pickups. So the single coil.
What are the pots? When you're talking about pots.
These pots. Potentiometers.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I didn't realize that pots was short. Or, huh.
Yeah, see that would rust real quick. That's a very inexpensive pickup. No.
Which would presumably help keep it from rusting.
It isn't uncommon to find them wax dipped. Now there is some weird things that I've found. Like when I pulled all these apart, I never once found where the guitar was grounded to the bridge, which it should be. There should be a wire that comes up and tucks underneath this bridge that basically grounds it all. And none of these that I pull apart have had that, which basically tells me that even though these are good pots and an okay switch, you would have had buzzing out of it, not knowing why. And it's because none of them are grounded. None of them.
Interesting. I mean, is grounding considered an industry standard?
Yeah, yeah. It's like yeah, it just has to be grounded. Like that's what you get buzzed. Like, it's even weirder the fact that they didn't catch it.
I assume the moment you plug that into an amp, presumably, right?
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
once you've added
You just have some buzzing, some hum coming out, not knowing where it's coming from.
No, but then again, perhaps, I mean, like, is this a possibility that that's what they're going for?
No,
That,
never.
like, nobody ever wants
Never.
to have a,
Nope.
a slight hum as soon as
No,
you plug
because
it in.
every time you take your hand off the guitar, go bang, bang, bang. I can demonstrate it for you if you'd like.
Well, I mean, sometimes, maybe not when we're on camera, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
because, like, I've heard some people that as soon as they plug it in, you have just like a,
That's feedback. There's a difference.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, big difference.
You're saying that this grounding hum would be very loud and noticeable?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, most guitar.
Because I'm thinking
makers-
like 60 cycle electrical hum, which I would
Yeah.
associate with grounding
Yeah,
issues,
yeah.
but you're saying that might be a grounding issue in the amp more
Yes.
than, okay. So not the bridge issue. Okay. I'm learning diagnostics here today as well, so.
Yeah.
Next I'll be going to a concert and I won't be able to enjoy the music because I'll be listening to the amp, listening to
Yeah.
the guitar. You can go up after the concert, be like, let me just give you my card.
Yeah.
I think we're down to 0.
It'll happen.
Bummer.
Won't be for long. We throw this thing up on the bench so we get some attention. spell that for you.
on the guitar. Truss, yeah. Oh, what about this thing? Yeah, probably should have taken that off.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, it needs to come off. But I found that they used really cheap screws, and every one of them had stripped so far, so I didn't have you pull it out.
Uh-huh, and the one's stripped.
Yeah, so it
No. I thought that was coming out rather easily.
yeah, see, it's already.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Man. It's
Start to learn there's a big difference between.
cheap materials.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Like, we use some materials that are inexpensive, but they're for the price they work exceptionally well. They fight well above their own fight weight. You know.
I mean, and like you said, we're just talking like small things that add up. But
Yeah.
like if we're talking like per little piece like that, if it's just like a penny more or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
but it doesn't strip out. I mean, and I guess if you're not fiddling with it, you don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
But if you're doing any work on it and stuff, this is the sort of stuff that would frustrate me. You're already working on a guitar, let alone having to fight against the very parts and pieces that are holding it together.
Well, not only that, but that was a brand new guitar, and all that came off of it. I like this down between every guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like the prep work before it's sent out isn't very good.
Well, I mean, is that
That's
because
what-
we took things off and like so just like dust and sawdust and
Basically, when they did final assembly, they never took the thing back apart to begin to clean up any of their
Gotcha.
drill holes or whatever. Like they assembled it and it went out the door. Okay, let's grab the top there.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Grayson Guitars, live from the Workbench. Just taking one apart and getting ready to start work on project number 2 for the day. In the meantime, we're always interested in where all the viewers are from. Feel free to comment where you're from, where you're watching this video from. Always find it interesting when people from around the world tuning in and saying hello. And also, I want to know that you were asking earlier, like, what's everybody's favorite kind of guitar to play? So let us know in the comments. All right, for our audience, what are we looking at here?
A lot. We're not doing much more than a setup. I have replaced these knobs recently. So those are new old stock knobs. But if you look, there's a bunch of pitting here, grime that is built up on this. These strings are dead. Same with that.
Now, when you say the strings are dead, does that just mean they've been worn
They've had
out?
too much. They're old, so they haven't been replaced. And on top of that, they've got some grime in it, which I can see along the edge here. They're just.
And really, you're talking just, it could be skin cells from your fingers from playing and stuff like that. So
But
just
you can
normal wear and tear.
see the patina that's built up on this pickup here. We're going to take all this off and clean all that. And then we're going to tape off all these frets and then polish every one of them. And then there's a little divot there. We might not do nothing with it. And we may end up shimming that nut.
Well, I like how earlier you had mentioned to me that strings are like car tires.
Yeah.
You know, like eventually you just got to replace them.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Because Because in my lack of knowledge of guitar, like, you know, for whatever reason, assume one set of strings, you play them, and then like when a musician breaks a string, that's just like a out of the ordinary sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
And this is considered a violin bass. Which makes it not harder to work on, but it is its own beast. A little bit of separation here with the neck joint.
Now is that neck joint, is that screwed on or is that glued
This
on?
one's probably glued into the bottom of that.
So,
Tighten through here. I will ask the customer what he wants me to do with it. It may just be a finish. We'll know more once I get the strings off of it. If you notice, I'm not using a drill in this. This has, I don't want to say cheap, but these plastic tips spinning them like you crack them if you see.
they're already,
Yep. And a lot of times I won't use a drill on a guitar like this. Those ones, mainly because they have to go back through and be painted and stuff like that, I don't worry about it.
right,
But the ones where,
it's already finished.
yeah, I do everything by hand and.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Would this be considered a higher end guitar?
Yes. Paul McCartney sure loved them. He's the one that made it famous, so this was a made in Germany one.
So what's the, is that standard?
No, it's real common with bass strings, there's just so much meat there that it, normally, see how these frets have units in there? That's a zero fret. It's so close to the net, it helps, which is probably why I won't replace the net. But it helps because if you notice when the string sits in here, it sits so low, it's actually sitting lower than the fretboard. But because of this fret, it protects it from it. Not all guitars have that. And it's not just a bass guitar thing, it's just specific to this model where it would have an extra fret right there.
So what do you gain by having that then?
It helps with, basically, instead of this being your breakover angle, it's here. It's supposed to help with keeping it in tune a little longer.
I'm gonna have to get some AAA batteries.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Huh.
What's it say?
I know the daughter of the original owners of Hofner who supplied McCartney's bass.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
By the way, long live freedom. Welcome. Granddaughter, gotcha. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
I don't know, one time we thought about doing the straight horizontal.
Yeah.
Like we're back to vertical. Oh. I consider the pick guard on this particular.
Yeah.
Do those pieces ever get brittle over time?
Philip, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like from the looks, I mean, and the looks of the nails within it, like delicate pieces.
Violin, man.
I assume spray or something of some sort. No? The old standby. That I know from my kitchen and sinks, but evidently.
We don't give out trade secrets here.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I saw it on the workbench and I thought to myself, odd place to keep that, but it's starting to make some sense now. Oop. Cough break.
Yeah.
Is it plastic? Oh. So presumably, the oils from your hand and stuff is what causes most of this or whatever.
There's a comment there.
No, the comment was just correcting this. The granddaughter of the original owners of Hofner, not the daughter. call.
Yep. Guys, I'm gonna be back real quick. I'm gonna grab another Dremel.
There you are.
What's the next comment say?
Cool guitar shape. Did you say it was a bass? Does 4 strings denote a bass?
Yes.
So, going off of that, can guitars have more than 6 strings?
Yes.
But do basses only have 4? Or is that just 4 strings equals a bass? Essentially?
The gauge of strings and the type of pickups indicates a bass.
Gotcha.
And most bass players do play a 4 or 5 string bass,
Okay.
but they go up way higher than that.
You had said earlier this is what they call a violin shape?
It's violin bass because
Violin bass.
Hofner is a violin maker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be specific to Hofner, like
Yeah.
the shape of a Gibson is a Gibson.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay, now it's starting to make sense for me. Oh, that's a difference.
Yep.
That's a major difference.
Yep. Remember this stuff being that hard though.
The heaters make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have them.
Yeah, wouldn't be out here without them. That's for sure.
Granted, it's still good to be out of the wind, but. Whew. $255 on the way. I assume those are considered pickups on the bass. So it's, the cleaner you get it, presumably the better the sound. Right?
Nope.
No,
This is purely
this is
aesthetic.
aesthetic. Okay,
Yep.
because it's magnets, right?
Yep.
So I guess grind isn't really going to diminish the magnetic field.
Shouldn't. No.
Huh. I'm getting a real dentist for guitar and bass vibes going on here.
I'm afraid of that.
Man. These are not screws, but
Those are nails.
wow.
Ground wire.
Ah.
You really want to picture this for me?
Yeah.
You can go along with these.
So yeah, now that you mention it, much thicker strings.
So you can sort of get an idea where I started. Here, let me see what I'm looking at, Kirill. So I can focus it.
I don't think that extension cord is hot. I'm not sure where it goes to, but I can tell you where it's gonna go to. Oh, dude.
We're still
I was gonna say we're like 1 inch too short. All right.
So you can see where I've started to polish this and where it's still patinaed.
It's almost night and day different on that.
Yep. Safety first, kids.
I think we could update those light bulbs.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just wait till there's a Christmas tree in that corner.
Big difference.
Oh yeah. So, I didn't look at the work order for this one, but it's not that's necessarily that we're fixing anything. This is more of a cleanup, restring.
We're gonna polish all the threads. This is considered like a full setup.
Okay.
So we will go back through, make sure there's no string buzz. We're gonna make sure all the frets are level. We haven't even got to any of that yet. No, this is like the big, like, this is almost as big as like building a guitar.
Really?
Yep.
Because you're essentially checking everything out,
Yep.
is what you're saying.
And
So,
we're gonna polish everything, make it all look like new.
so in some cases, it's almost more work
It
because
is
you're
more work.
fixing up the original parts
Yeah.
instead of just replacing out or, you know, putting in new stuff. Huh. And what is this?
Wax. So we can buff it, polish it.
Sure. going to grab some plugs. And knock those off. And get some checks. I think I'm gonna then about call it for today, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later tonight then.
Yeah.
Here, I get those. Get this all nice and done. Remember my jacket. Then next October. I'm just leaving the office unlocked, because I was getting tired of having to get the key out all the time.
Yeah. Before you run off real quick, look at this.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a reflection in that now. Yeah. That's coming right along.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
All right, then, Fair, I'll see you after that.
That's right.
becomes a real problem is when you have to start cutting the halves in half.